On June 23rd, 2025, Fansly, the adult website that's somewhat similar to OnlyFans that I've been making content for since 2021, updated their terms of service, or TOS, so that they can comply with certain payment processors that they work with. The new TOS goes into effect on June 28th, effectively giving creators only 4 to 5 days to comply, which is kind of crazy, absurd. You might even be able to say. They banned quite a lot of things. Here's the email they sent out to everybody. Just pause if you want to look through it all. But what I want to talk about specifically is the ban on anthropomorphic content, for obvious reasons. So in the email they provided, they specifically state, our payment processing partners classify some anthropomorphic content as simulated bestiality. As a general guideline, kimono mimi, human-like characters with animal ears/tails, is permitted, but full personas, kimono, and scaly content are prohibited in adult contexts. Obviously, I'm in disagreement with this, not only because this ban potentially screws over my own and other people's livelihood, but also because typical adult furry content is just not bestiality. Now, I think Fansly themselves know this, as they specifically say, our payment processing partners classify some anthropomorphic content as simulated bestiality, and not we classify or Fansly classifies. Also, they've had no problem with the furry community on the site for at least the last 4 years that I've been on it. I mean, at least one furry creator broke the top 250 creators in April during a contest, which is no small feat. So I think this ban, along with most of the other bans, were put into action because they had no other option. I mean, some of the things I'm kind of in agreement with, like the AI ban stuff, that's good. But that's the thing, nobody really knows the full situation. Could be that Fansly tried to push back on these bans. It could be that it made more financial sense to them to just cut out a huge chunk of their creators than to fight for them. Now, I want to give Fansly the benefit of the doubt here, as they've mostly been pretty supportive of their creators. They listen to creator feedback, they provide substantial, useful updates to the website, they give us tools and guides on how to better market ourselves, their pay cut is one of the best in the industry, the list goes on. However, at the end of the day, Fansly is a company, and 9 times out of 10, a company is going to do what makes them the most money. Also, unfortunately, the way they've worded things has made people confused about what is actually banned and what isn't when it comes to certain edge cases. But in Fansly's defense, they have been taking some time to try to give some answers, but it's been slow going because of the enormous outrage, and oftentimes they still give vague, unsatisfying answers. Like, they say we can email them for questions, but they can't provide feedback or answers to hypotheticals. So what can creators do about this? As of right now, not much. Okay, yes, there are petitions and stuff going around. I'll link to some of them down below. And yes, you can complain to the payment processing companies. You know, you can tweet at them, be like, hey man, where's the porn? I need it back. And maybe this will cause many furry creators to abandon the platform outright, causing Fansly to lose some money in the process. But admittedly, the furry community is somewhat small in Fansly, at least when you compare the average furry creator to the average human creator. And unfortunately, plenty of people still view furries in a negative light. And like I said before, companies 9 times out of 10 are going to do what makes them the most money. And if for some reason cutting out furries does so, then that's what they're going to do. While I'm hopeful for change, you know, of course, it'd be great if they just didn't do this. I'm admittedly doubtful that any change will happen in our favor. I think what most people, like myself, will have to do to be compliant is essentially rebrand themselves, which for some might be easy, but for most will be very costly and time-consuming. So what's my plan? Well, I've been slowly uploading my past content onto Patreon, link in the description. Unfortunately, I won't be able to upload everything to it, namely my stream recordings, because the file sizes are enormous. I'll be using it as a sort of archive, since Fansly has been a big source of my income. It doesn't really make sense to continue making furry content if no one's going to be able to see it. Also, my past uncensored 18+ video game reviews won't be on Fansly either, since I used my Shiro model in them. I'll continue to make content on Fansly, but I am currently on the waitlist with my modeler to get my Shiro model retextured to look more human. So until that gets made, I'll just be uploading IRL content. There's a lot of content I've made in the last 4 years that will just have to go away forever, as there's either nowhere for it to go, or it's just no longer at the quality I'd like, or it was made in collaboration with other creators. I'm of course a bit sad about it, but I'm trying my best to view it like I'm prestiging in Call of Duty. I might have to start all over, but at least I get to keep the knowledge and skill I've gained. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll be going back to making stupid content again at some point. I've just been very busy lately. I've been working on a visual novel. I'll tell you guys more about that in the future. And for the past few days, I've just been sick. So I've done not a ton. I've been dealing with this whole hullabaloo, and I'm making this video, and that's about it. So again, thank you for watching. Subscribe, comment, let me know what you think about all this. I'll see you next time. See you later.